not from you. Why do you think these youths have really been abandoning agriculture, and why is that they have not been interested in this agriculture for some time?
Okay, there are many answers to that. One, they take agriculture as a punishment because it takes a very long time somebody to get something, somebody to get money, because it is a long-term business. Agriculture is a long-term business. But what you have to do to solve that one is that once somebody maybe plants coffee, he has to be with maybe another source of income, like a daily income that can sustain the other. If you do coffee farming, you have to make sure that you have piggery or poultry, because at least poultry is daily income. As you have seen from my place, I get 1.3 a day from poultry.
1.3 million.
1.3 million a day from poultry. So that is good money. You get it. But in coffee, I get 100 a year. But you cannot, even if you are getting 100 a year, 100 millions a year, then you cannot move, because the other money you will get it at the end of the year, because coffee is seasonal. You get it in two portions. You get it in two phases. Yet here you are getting little, 1.3 million every day. That one can sustain the other. You get it? Because now you see, if you are doing coffee or you are doing bananas, you need to have some workers. You will not tell the workers to wait until you harvest. That means you have to get some daily income to make sure that you pay your workers. So that is one point. That is one point why they don't want to do agriculture. Secondly, smartness. That one is also a point. If you see these people who are importing vehicles, who are in shops in Kampala, they are very smart. But you can find a farmer is putting on any way he likes. So when somebody is grown up, seeing somebody with a big carriage of coffee, he doesn't know what he's getting. But when he finds him on the way he puts on, he can say he doesn't get anything. You get it? So again, we need to innovate our farmers so that they can be smart in their records and even putting on. That one is also encouragement, to encourage the youth. You get it? Then another point is interaction or exchange visits. Because once these farmers exchange to other progressive farmers, these youth makes exchange visits to other progressive farmers, and they get a story, like getting a story from me. The following day you have to do agriculture, because I will show you where you've come from, where you've reached, and even where I'm going. So that one can also encourage the youth to make sure that they can do agriculture. Another point is the conditions that we are facing in the villages. You can find a village whereby it doesn't have electricity, somebody cannot watch a TV, so the youth can decide to sell off his or her land such that he can go to the town, the urban town, where there is electricity. Yet he doesn't know that he's losing, because land or chibanja is a gold whereby you can do all the activities and you get more money. So those are the things that we need to put in place, and even to train the farmers and show them that even if you don't have electricity here, now we have the solar systems. You just sell off your coffee here, you buy a solar system and you put on your house. You get it? It is a matter of having the solution towards their questions. So those are the things that discourages the youth to join agriculture, because as I told you before, that they need daily income. Now many of them are suggesting to go to boda because in boda is getting 10,000 per day. But he doesn't know that the 10,000, he has the boss, the owner of a boda. He has to feed on it, him and his house, his wife, plus the children. So at the end of the day, he has no money. So those are the things we need to address and encourage them to join the agriculture. Once we put that in place, I know the youth it is very easy for them to change and come back in agriculture, because there is no way we are going to build a permanent agricultural industry in Uganda without involving the youth.
Yes, Mr. Bull, I have another concern. Do you think the real core problem is the mindset change? Because I feel the youths are, their minds, as you said, the agriculture was looked at as a punishment. They look at it as a dirty business. They look at it as if it is something where only those who are poor, rural, can be participating. Do you think that those approaches you've been, the experience you faced in this place, in this Nsangi Coffee Association, the experiences, if you really interact with these youths, the core thing of mindset change can turn them around and really be in serious farming?
Yeah, that one is very easy, because when we are moving, you remember we met the boda and you interviewed their chairman. He told you that for him he has 1 acre. He said 1 acre. But what the problem is that he has no starting point in terms of cash. And for me, I can say that one is not a point, because if you come to an organization like ours here, we have been favoring them. We give them coffee planters on credit. We give them free advice. So so there is something which they are lacking. They are lacking things like the exchange fees. They are lacking things like knowing how much somebody is getting from his 1 acre. That is the only point. Because he said he's getting 10,000 per day on average, somebody on 1 acre having like 450 coffee plant rates, even if you take an average of 2 kilograms per tree, because an acre is 450 trees. So even if he gets only 2 kilograms per tree dried coffee, and he's selling at now Chiboko these days is 1,500, 1,900. So take an estimate of 1,900 times 900. How much is that? Some good money. Then again, you will have some you will intercrop. You will have some bananas. You will not buy food. So it is a matter of training these people, showing them so what he can get from that acre he has. Because even if you wake up today and you give somebody money, you tell him that you go and do agriculture without training him, tomorrow he will come back when he has done nothing and he has no money. You get the point?
Yes. The other thing, Mr. Bull, I don't understand is because it seems most of our agriculture has been lacking farmland plans, like what crops do you put where and where, suiting that environment. And it seems we have been lacking actually even agribusiness plans for our enterprises. In these fields, you find the farmer is planting 10 crops on a small piece of land without a focus on which enterprises are really benefiting or which ones are really much profit. So do you think if these farmers or the youths are shown how to do farm planning, and also really do good agribusiness planning of their fields,
yes,
don't you think it will be one of the key innovations to changing the youth? Because I believe if these documented plans are there, the youths also have strength to access some credit from banks,
depending on those.
Do you think it can really work out for?
Yeah, it can, and I think for the youth, they are able to follow that, and they can do that. As I told you before, maybe I was interacting with somebody, that if you look at these coffee beans here, this is what we call chiboko and a processed coffee. Somebody to taste this coffee has to use the teeth. But in a modern way, you have to use a scissor. And to find the moisture content, you have to use a moisture meter. But again, somebody to find out the moisture content, again he has to use the teeth. You get it? But once you get the moisture meter and you give it to a farmer, and you show him or her how to use it, you will be very happy and you will follow that. You get it? So again, if you draw or you make a business plan to the farmer or to the youth, he will use it and he will follow it. Once you just show it, the impact in it, that once you have this, you will be able to go to the bank and access for the credit. So that is what I said before, is that they need to be smart. Smart, it doesn't mean that you only be smart when you have put on, but even in the records, in the arrangement of your garden, to know the measurements, that when I plant coffee trees, it must be 10 by 10. When I intercrop with the bananas, it has to be this. So that is the only thing that we need. So we have to put in some kind of business arrangement, business. We have to. They have to be modern. To like now there is what we call modern farming. So we have to change to that. Once we change to that, you will find somebody like a youth, he will abandon the border, because he will see that he is getting more, and even his garden is smart. Because I'm a farmer, and if you happen to go to your garden, maybe you have been away from some month, and you find your coffee, you find a lot of bush and so on, you can even fear to go to your garden. You can say, what is this? So once your farm is smart, you always be there, you always visit it. You get it? That is the kind of arrangement that we have to bring in and make sure we encourage them to make sure they always be involved in agriculture. Like me now, I always wake up at around 5 in the morning. But I have to make sure that I visit my farm before I go to any other things. Why? Because I know the best manure is the farmer's boot.
Yes.
So
You get it?
in other words, you're trying to emphasize the key issue.
Yeah.
Monitoring.
Monitoring. You get it?
It's one skill that needs to be passed on to the
Yeah,
farmer.
that is it.
But there is this challenge that is not tied to agriculture, but it's tied to all businesses. As youth, I may not talk too much for the elders, but as youth, we fear starting small.
That is it.
We always want, you always want to wake up today and you have 10 acres.
Yeah,
you have 10 acres. And because you cannot wake up today, tomorrow, and you have 10 acres, you'll always continue dreaming and dreaming, and then you begin cursing this man who is doing well.
And that is the business plan, by the way. Because once you have the business plan in place, it is like a direction. It will be like a direction to direct that today I have 1 acre. In such years I will have like 2 acres or 3 acres. To them I'm putting in on 1 acre, I'm putting on a coffee and banana. But after